Hi, I'm John.
And I'm Kath.
Okay, and today we're going to
And
talk to you about Ikigai.
yeah, so John, what is Ikigai?
So, Ikigai is a Japanese expression that Iki means life, and Gai means the reason. So, really, what Ikigai is your reason for living. And it's so sometimes we think about like what's our purpose or what is our mission in life, and ikigai really kind of gets to the heart of those kinds of issues.
I see. So how do I use Ikigai in my life?
So really, like, there's a couple of ways that we could use ikigai in our lives. So the first way is when we're thinking about what kind of work we want to do. So the idea is with COVID, right? There's been a big disruptor, and people were going to work 9 to 5, and doing their jobs and just going along. But when we ended up staying home and sometimes losing jobs or changing jobs or even the way that we work, like working from home, for example, right? We find that what we did before is not really compatible with what we think is the way to live our life in a meaningful way. So understanding like what is the kind of work that you should do. That's one part of ikigai, and the second part of ikigai is how you live your life on a daily basis, right? And that includes things like your routines, living your life with gratitude, taking more time to process and enjoy the experiences of your life. And those are all part of the way that we live with Ikigai.
I see. And how do I find my own Ikigai?
So to find your professional Ikigai, what you need to do is you need to look at the answers to 4 questions. So the first question is, what are you good at? And the second one is, what do you love? And then third, what can you be paid for? And then the fourth is, what does the world need? So if we look at what you're good at, I mean, these could be, all different kinds of things, whether it's like you're good at cleaning house or you're good at building model cars or you're good at programming computers or you're good at working with children, right? It's you want to really kind of get an inventory of all these different things that you're good at, whether you like them or not. Because what we'll find as we're exploring our ikigai is that sometimes the things that we don't like but we're good at, we just need to reframe them through the other questions in order to be able to understand how we can use our skills and our abilities to have a better life. The second part is about what you love. And this is not, I mean, these could be activities like I love my learning new things, right? But it could also be like things like I love my family or I love being in nature, right? And so we want to get a long list of those things as well, the things that you love. Now, the things that you love and the things that you're good at become can become your mission, right? It's the things that drive you to live your life in a way that you feel is productive, right? Now, then when we look at like what can you be paid for, we really want to take a deeper dive into all the ways that you can make money, but are also aligned with your values, right? And your interests. So, for example, if you don't like children, like, yeah, you could go work at a daycare and get paid for that. But in reality, you're not going to last in that job very long. And it's not something that you personally could be paid for, right? Although someone else, that might be like right in their wheelhouse. So, looking at all the things that are viable for you to make money. And it doesn't really matter your education or your previous experience. Like I know a lot of people who have PhDs that end up being janitors because they didn't like the stress of working in, for example, like in a place like Google or Facebook or something like that, even though they got those kind of engineering jobs. Like they could be a janitor and they don't have to worry about life, and that's good for them. So yeah, consider all the things, right, that you could do to be paid for. And then the last one is, what does the world need? And this is where we have to take a step outside of ourselves and look at the things that we notice where there are problems in the world and some of the things that there can be solutions for. I mean, whether it's inventing a new product or designing a new course or providing some kind of service. Like maybe you never thought about working in a nursing facility, but you really like people and a slower lifestyle, but you don't mind physical work. Well, like that might be a good job for you if you're looking at reinventing your professional life, because you know what you did before, you're either lost your job, like I said, like you don't like the way that the situation is now after COVID.
Mm. That's really interesting. So what is your ikigai? Can you give me an example of your ikigai?
Sure, yeah. So like my for me, I have a personal mission statement, and my mission statement is leave people better than you found them. And one thing that I really love to do and I'm good at is teaching. So whether it's teaching English or doing coaching or even like doing a course, I really like to help people to have a better understanding of themselves and to kind of and level up in some way. So in these areas, right? So I kind of like, so I got the, like, what do you love and what are you good at and what can you make money at? And then the whole idea of that everyone needs some help, right? Everyone needs some direction to get to their next step, right? And so that's how I incorporate the idea of what does the world need to give me a focus for my ikigai in the work that I do, which is professional development, coaching, teaching, right, and developing and doing courses.